Yeah, you are. Good, I want you to
And the
record.
bird from the father, no pressure.
Well, my
You got that from where?
First of all, I'm not much of a public speaker, so you've got to forgive me. I had heard that it's good to picture everybody naked if you're nervous, so just a minute. Oh. Oh dear, I don't know how that helps. I had read that being asked to be the best man was kind of like being asked to kiss a clean mother. It's a great honor, but nobody really wants to do it. Well, Duncan asked me to be the best man, and that's right, it's a great honor. I was very, very flattered and thankful that I don't have to kiss him. I met Duncan, I guess it's probably going on 14 years ago now, through a mutual friend. He walked into my office and he was just some young punk with a bunch of big ideas. But you know, I'm 3 years older than him, so he's still a young punk.
That's me or your friend?
We became friends quite quickly, and we actually took off on a couple of business ventures, or misadventures, as some would say. And one of them was an internet company back in the day when the internet was still kind of like the wild, wild west. We had a lot of fun during that time. We had a lot of crazy times. We had some really fun experiences. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was kind of being privy to some of Duncan's relationships. No, I'm not going into detail.
Are you cut you off now? He enjoyed the relationship.
Some were long, some were short. Most were good, but they were all immensely entertaining for me. Now, Duncan will be the first to tell you that I'm not the person to ask for relationship advice, so I'm not going to give it. He's absolutely right. So today and yesterday, reflecting back on over the years, I realized that over the time, the person that Duncan had become is not the person that he was back then. Not that he was a bad person. And I think over those years, he became the person that became perfect for Tara. So the timing was impeccable. Now, for those of you who don't know, Duncan and Tara met on an online dating service. Some volcano thing, I don't know. And it dawned on me that this was the reason why we were doing that internet business. I could find a wife. But over the last couple of years, it became obvious that Tara was the one. I know it's a cliche, but it's absolutely true. And late last year, Duncan popped the question to everybody's delight. Well, I really haven't talked to Tara's dad yet, so I'm doing it. And a couple of nights ago, I asked Tara what had initially attracted her to Duncan. And she said, his ability to listen. And then she confided to me when the first time she went over to his place, she found a Maxim magazine on how to win over women. Now we know where the listening came from.
Yeah, number 4.
Now, I didn't have to ask Duncan what attracted him to Tara, and that's pretty obvious. Just one look, and you know why. So tonight, with these two together, there's a lot of broken hearts out there. So speaking of being together, I just want to pass on a little joke that I heard a few years ago. It's actually, I don't know if it's appropriate, I think it will be. This couple is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and they're sitting down at the breakfast table, and the wife notices a tear in her husband's eye. Honey, I've never known you to be sentimental before. She says, well, you know that night when your dad caught us in the barn so long ago, and he told me at shotgun point, you're going to marry my daughter, or you're going to live in jail for the next 50 years?
I remember that.
And she said, yes. And he goes, well, today I'll be getting out. this point, I would like to thank Gail and Dale, Sarah's parents, Beth, Duncan's mom, and of course John, who we know is definitely looking above with approval, to everything that led to this moment, bringing these two people together. So I have a small toast to the bride and groom. Raise your glass. Here's the bride. May she share everything with her husband, including the housework. Here's the groom. A man who kept his head but lost his heart. And here's the turn, Duncan. May the joy you hold today be the beginning of a lifelong road of happiness and fulfillment together. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I did have one more thing. One more thing. Duncan, look at Tara. Put your wine glass down. Oh, we're done toasting. No. Tara, put your hand in Duncan's hand. Duncan, put your hand on top of hers. Look her in the eye. And know this is the last time you will ever have the upper hand.